Okay, let's notice that some of these equations say or, like number 1 and 3, and some of them say and, like number 4. And then others look like number 2, which, by the way, also means and. So what is the difference between the or and the and? Well, on the or side, when we solve these, we're going to have two different line segments, two separate line segments. And on the and side, we will just have one. Okay, so on this one, on number 1, when we look at this one, we need to solve this for m. And we need to solve this for m. And it's saying it's one or the other, but not both of those. And so we solve that. And my apologies, this is a little awkward. Okay, so m minus 2 is less than negative 8. So we would add 2 to both sides. And that tells us that m is less than negative 6. Okay, well, if m is less than negative 6, we make a dot at negative 6, and it needs to be an open dot because there's no equal to sign. And then we shade in less than. Now that's going to keep going, and so it's really a ray, not a line segment. Okay. And then on this side, it's m divided by 8 is greater than 1. And so instead of dividing by 8, to solve that, we will multiply by 8. So the 8's will cancel, and we're left with m is greater than 1 times 8, or 8. And so we will make another circle. Don't fill it in because, once again, we don't have that equal to. And then it has to be greater than, so it's going to go the opposite direction. And so that would be our answer. It's either one of those. So m is in one of those segments, but it can't be in both of them at the same time. And so then we look at number 4 with our and in it. And so it's two different equations, and we solve these the same way. And so we're going to say x plus 8 is greater than or equal to, so now we're going to fill in that dot this time, 9. So to get rid of that 8 so we can isolate our variable, we're going to subtract 8 from both sides. Those will cancel. X is greater than or equal to 1. So we come over here to 1. We'll make a dot. And it's going to be greater than. Okay, but now let's look at this other side. X is also divided by 7, and it's less than or equal to 1. So now that says let's multiply by 7 because it says divide. So we're going to do times 7 on both sides. These will cancel because that's 7 divided by 7, which is just 1. So x is less than or equal to 7. Okay, so this one said it was greater than or equal to 1. This one says, okay, but it has to be less than or equal to 7. So that says our answer is in this little line segment. And so since it is both of them at the same time, it bounds it and says, okay, it has to be somewhere in here. And that's the difference between the and the or. So or will give us this split. It's in one of those regions. And says, okay, look, we're going to limit it. It's between 1 and 7.